I call this meeting to order and flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we have a crowded room this morning, so I appreciate everybody being here, and so we will proceed with item number 3, which is any citizen desiring to be heard. Anybody wanting to speak up? All right, seeing nobody needing to do that, well, I will move on to item 4, which is the consideration of possible action on approving minutes of November 2nd, 2015.
I so move.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 5 is consideration of possible action on approving final plat of Silva Addition, Section 1, and the northwest quarter is Section 26, 15 north to west.
Where the wide was.
All right, look at this.
It's at Charter Oak and Douglas. Yeah, in between Midwest and Douglas.
Yeah, it's to the west, approximately half a mile.
Yeah. And then this is
3. Oh, 2.
Okay.
and here's your.
Okay, this is that. And one of the things that I'd asked Dan about on this is to include an additional 17 feet of easement. And that way in the future we'll quite possibly be able to widen up that road. I think it's going to be a major, super major collector here one of these days with that school going in and such. So eventually I want to do something with that. So
Pardon me?
Have you already went through ACOG?
Yeah, we already got all the names. They're the ones that,
Bobcat Trail, I love it. Antler Valley.
they
Yeah.
basically approve the names and then they give me the addresses. And that's the addresses on the plats.
We really, speaking from people pulling the plats and helping people locate things, we really like when you all put the actual street numbers on those plats.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's gorgeous. That'll
Wish
work.
all the engineers would.
That will work. Good job.
So
Good
you got a
job.
homeowners association or?
There will be.
There will be once you turn it over to them.
And that's what states in here, that HOA is responsible for all
Yeah.
private roads.
And Dan concretes all of his roads in there. That really saves you a lot of grief, and it's not all that much more, I understand.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. It depends on how much concrete keeps going up. But
I understand. I do.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Good job, Dan.
and then,
Set up for all 3.
yeah, bunch of commissioners here.
I gotta work on there too. Thank you, Mike.
We need 2 of them.
That's sign any pen. Man, that's really light.
You want to sign that one?
Yeah, that way you can go ahead and run it over and file it.
Really light.
And when you take this down to get the paper copy, ask them to open and just a touch, so those signatures will,
Ask them to do what?
when you take this down to get the paper copy,
Uh-huh.
ask them to darken it just a touch.
Okay.
So those signatures will come out.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
You bet, Dan. Good work.
Good luck on selling them.
Yeah, that's basically all the guys from Sweetwater just moving over.
Man, you got the test line on the wrong certificate.
What?
There's a test line, should be. I need to test them. I'm gonna go ahead and just sign it here.
Okay. She had,
Oh, okay. No, we're different. Except we're not sitting like that.
I'll just make a copy of the other one.
Yes, how many houses?
There's 52 lots.
52
in
lots.
Phase 1.
How many you
Oh,
expect
yeah.
that phase
They put
two?
city on this?
Yeah.
Probably around the same.
I'm sorry?
About the same.
About the same, so
Yeah.
you're looking at 100.
About 104 approximately. I mean,
Right.
you never know until you.
There's gonna be a lot of traffic on that road. And basically, at least 400 a day average traffic coming in and out of that addition. They have 2 cars that go in and they come out, come back in.
Are we done with that?
It's probably gonna be years before that number of cars get there now. I mean, from mine.
Well, it's gonna happen. I've had it on other roads where they put additions in.
Thanks again, guys.
You bet. Good luck.
Well, item number 6 ought to be interesting. Consideration and possible action on approving resolution calling a special election to be held on March 1, 2016, referring to the qualified voters of Logan County, whether alcoholic beverages should be sold by the individual drink for on-premises consumption in Logan County on Sunday, except specific holidays.
Well,
And
We got the referendum?
I emailed them out, but I can
Yep.
make some more copies.
Yeah, that would be handy. Just make sure I'm
That mainly
looking
for
at what I'm
restaurants.
agreeing to.
Excuse me?
Is that basically a deal for
Correct.
restaurants?
Correct.
Any
Water's
commercial
asking for it,
establishment.
Lazy's asking for it, Guthrie's asking for it.
I'm sure there's a couple other restaurants asking for it.
Well, they lose a lot of revenue.
We have a team that is wanting this to happen.
And you just doing
We
your-
think that the stakes might have been a little higher if the state referendum goes as well. If it goes to 6-point beer, we're out of business.
All right.
We're not
Well-
sure what the effects of the state law is going to do if this doesn't pass. I'm in the process of trying to find out. Because
You
if
know,
the state
last-
goes to 6-point and we don't get this passed, I'm curious as to what will happen. We won't be able to even sell beer on these specific days.
On Sunday.
I see what you're saying.
We're still looking at, I'm still trying to find the answer to that.
You'll still be able to sell beer, but not on Sunday.
I
Not
don't
even
think our, I
sell
don't
beer.
think our distributors will do 3-point beer if the 6-point gets
What
passed.
ballot are we wanting to put this on?
You can't sell 6 points.
Not if we don't get this passed.
Oh,
So we'll
On our
be,
holidays and our Sunday, I mean, it'll be like our mixed beverage. Mixed beverage right now, we can't sell alcohol on Sunday, 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day, those days. Well, if 6-point in the state passes, which they're almost 100% sure it will, what does that affect? How does that affect us if we don't pass this? We won't be able to sell beer at all,
Because you won't have them all.
because
there.
we'll have 6 Point and we can't sell it. So that's a question I'm trying to find the answer to, which will make this even more important to get passed by our voters.
I don't have a problem putting it on the ballot, but last time my only problem was a special election. I didn't
Yeah.
want to have to pay
Oh, absolutely.
$27,000
Yeah.
to put it on the ballot. But if we can piggyback it, I don't have a problem putting it on there.
Well, I know, one of my little things I wrote, I want to thank each of you for even allowing us to do this. I tried in '08 with a petition, and it has to be Logan County voters. We have a lot of tourists here in Logan County and Guthrie. The golf course, Lazy E, we're all, it's tourists. And we lose a lot of tourist business on Sundays and
primary
these
election.
holidays because
Okay, thank you.
Oklahoma County is 10 minutes away, so they go there. We have 2 or 3 major golf tournaments that chose not to come on Sundays because they could go to Oklahoma County at other golf courses and have their Bloody Mary, or restaurants that are under the same problem. So we appreciate you putting this on the ballot for March so that people can vote. I'm pretty confident it will pass. I think people are ready for growth in Logan County. You guys are showing that you want to see growth and revenue come back. And I think it will, and I think everybody will be pleased with it.
So you'll be able to sell alcohol going off this on every day except for
Easter Sunday
Easter Sunday
and Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And that's what y'all want, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you read this? You want to read this?
Pardon?
Would you like to read this?
We've got a copy.
Okay.
We received a copy and went through it. And a little bit of behind that is we know that in the past, I know a lot of people in the church community were against alcohol on Sunday. I believe people are going to drink on Sunday
We're going,
regardless.
yeah.
But in their respect, and I wanted to have respect for them, our 2 most religious holidays are Christmas and Easter, and that's why we incorporated this. Oklahoma County doesn't have any restrictions,
Dane County does.
but we wanted to have respect for those that have been against it in the past, and that's why we put Christmas Day and Easter Sunday on the ballot, hoping that would kind of sway them to open up for the revenues to come in on those holidays that I haven't found the answer why they were ever put on there for 4th of July, Memorial Day.
I don't think it's up to this board to decide, but for the people to be able to speak, I mean, we have to put it on the ballot.
Right.
It'd be a
So-
better
And we
decision.
appreciate that you are.
So I'd make the motion we approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. All right, our next item.
Do we wanna
Do we
move?
want to move
Yeah, I'm
on
with you.
down? That's what
How about
I-
right before item 20, when we get to the consent agenda, that's normally when everybody else bails out, because there's nothing really to look at during the consent agenda, so that makes sense.
Then we're good with that, I guess. Wait a little bit.
Copies she wants.
All right, moving on to
How many
item
copies you
9.
want signed on that resolution?
Probably several.
You
Glad
think?
you mentioned
Oh,
That's just-
before we go to 9, let's sign
So
some.
we don't have to vote yes or no? We just
No,
sign it?
you
Okay.
can.
March 1, yes.
My friend signed it.
4 of them. Don't get to check the box, huh?
Take your alpacas.
We gotta sign one of these for each resident in the county?
Yeah.
I'm
Actually, we'll have to draw the notice of election as well. Lowell didn't include that with this because of any possible changes, but since it's been approved, it effectively approved that. So I'll get it finished and run it out to be signed.
Oh, did we make the motion?
Yeah,
We
we're
did.
we just were signing.
All right.
Snap, snap.
You ready to go too? You got her all signed up?
Yes.
All right. Item 9, consideration and possible action on accepting the resignation of Linda Best from the Crescent EMS I-2 Board of Directors.
I'll make the motion on 9 and 10, seems to have them both related.
Oh, okay, yes. The other, item 10 is consideration and possible action on accepting resignation of Jason Smith from the Crescent EMS I-2 Board of Directors.
I second the action on 9 and 10.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So motion carries on 9 and 10, accepting resignations. Item 11, consideration possible action on appointing members to the Crescent EMS I-2 Board of Directors to fill the following positions: unexpired term of Craig Lutz, unexpired term of Linda Best, unexpired term of Jason Smith.
Did you need me to make more copies? I sent
No, I
them.
just-
Oh.
And
So everyone
you know,
knows.
I think everybody is well qualified of the 4 that we did get, and I'd say I would make the motion that the first 3 coming off the printer is who we ought to do. That'd be Jay McPhail, Mickey Hart, and Janet Smith.
I would like to ask a question before we entertain votes of appointment. That is, how long are the unexpired terms of each of those 3? Are they all the same?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I didn't pull that, but I was gonna kind of go through the applications.
Okay, yeah, I would appreciate the,
I mean,
I would
know-
appreciate that as well.
I know
It is in your
all of
district.
them. I mean, I think they're all more than qualified.
And I don't know any of them.
Mickey Hart, he's our school superintendent. Janet Smith, she is our new city manager, which I don't know her very well. Joy McPhail, they have a business in Crescent. She's an RN. Then we got Dr. Warden, which is with us this morning, and they're all qualified to do anything, I suppose.
So,
My,
yeah, go ahead.
my thinking, I guess my number 1 pick would be Mickey Hart, just because he's dealing with budgets and meetings, and I think he'd be a really good candidate to have on the board. So, that's what I wanted to say. Go ahead, Mervin.
Yeah, so we've got 3 positions to fill, and I know that they're staggered based on your terms, right? And so, which one are we appointing for the longest term for? I mean, that's,
I think Craig Watts is probably the longest term. We just reappointed him. But
So-
I think his term was actually up. I would have to do a little research.
so it's
Debbie
about
was-
5 years, or is it less than a year? What do we?
With Craig
Yeah.
Lotz's seat, I believe that you're gonna have close to 5 years available, unexpired on his. He was
Okay.
just reappointed fairly recently. Before Debbie left the Crescent EMS, their director, she had got some information to me. She was trying to reestablish all of those dates, and she never got that back to me. So I don't know if she did it, and it's out there. But I do know Craig was just recently reappointed, so that's gonna be the longest term that I know for sure.
Okay. I so move we appoint the 3 people that Monty outlined earlier.
That'd be a second.
Well, Mike outlined some.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know who came off the printer first, but I've got these 3 names in front of me here. Was it Hart, Smith, and McPhail? I so move we appoint those 3 to the board.
Can I clarify, Commissioner?
Sure.
In that order to the terms as listed on the agenda, or to the positions as
Yes,
listed?
yes, why not?
Okay, so it's Hart, Smith, and McPhail
Yes.
is the motion?
So I thought I made that motion, but I'll
Well, actually,
second it,
yes.
whatever.
Well, if that's a motion you want to make, I will second it for you, Mike.
It doesn't make any difference.
I'm with you.
Works for me. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
And I
Motion
understand.
carries.
I think they're all fine.
Yep, I agree. All right.
Who knows? We'll see. Item 12, consideration possible action on approving resolution designating the intersection of South Pennsylvania Avenue and West Charter Oak Road as a four-way stop.
Yes, this is one of my little roads and intersections over there. That area is growing quite a bit, and Pennsylvania going north from that intersection is a dirt road. So the high-speed traffic coming off that dirt road north to south kind of makes a dust cloud there, disrupts the visibility at the intersection, and them charging through that, and the paved road going across that Charter Oak has got a stop sign there. So the dirt road's not stopping, but the paved road has to stop, and it's kind of a bad area right in there, and we don't want to see any more accidents there. I've been asked by several people in the community to implement the four-way stop at that sign. So I'm looking for an approval here.
I'll make the motion.
All second. All those in favor?
Hey, let's hop back to number 11 just real quick so
Sure.
I'm clear in my head. We're gonna put Mickey Hart for Craig Lawrence.
Yes.
Is that correct? Janet for Linda.
Yes.
Is that what you said? Then Joy for Jason Smith.
Yes.
Alright.
All right. Moving on, item 13, consideration and possible action on approving resolution establishing 35 mile per hour speed limit on Broadway Street between Waterloo and Forest Hills.
Again, I asked to have this put on here. We've done a little bit of a traffic study with folks at ODOT. We've looked at the number of accidents through there. Speed does seem to be an issue with the first two intersections there at Simmons and Charter Oak. There's been a lot of accidents there. That's currently at 50 miles an hour through there. And the traffic study that we've worked with the folks at ODOT, but I think they're up in the Perry office that does that kind of work for us. Recommended the 45 mile an hour speed limit. Said it wouldn't cause traffic congestion in the morning. It wouldn't lower it down low enough where that would be an issue, but the reducing 5 miles an hour through those first 2 miles will help reduce the number of accidents, hopefully. And that's kind of what we're looking at here.
What's that on the next 2 miles? Still 50?
It's up to Forest. This is between Waterloo and Forest Hills.
Yeah, so
from
you were talking
From
about
Forest Hills on
three.
north is 55.
I see. Okay.
So it'll go from 45 to 55 at Forest Hills.
That's what you need. I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Let's see. Consideration and possible action on approving resolution establishing 40 miles per hour speed limit on Kelly Avenue between Waterloo and Charter Oak.
Same thing. The residents over at what is it? Off of Kelly there on that first mile are concerned that the speed is too high through there, and have asked that it be reduced.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, remember when that was dirt and it sure made a cloud. Item 15, consideration and possible action on approving treasurer's transcript of proceedings and county resale deed for the following John Schroeder, Foil City, for $100.
Chairman, the yellow tag is you alone, red is for the board.
Okay.
And there is an addenda item that also is for resale, so you might consider moving that up so so these fall.
Would you
1,
want
2,
to add
3.
that to
Well, I
item
mean, just
15, or we'll
move
just
it after
move it up?
16 if you'd like.
Well, we'll just move it up. Just me on this one. Oh,
On the
this
yellow,
was all
no,
three
on
of
the
them.
yellow
I got
tag
it.
is,
I got it.
I've color coded it.
You did. I just missed the yellow. All right.
So we're doing 15 and 16 together?
Yeah, we're doing an addendum,
No,
and go ahead.
the item, these are 2 individual items, so it'll be 2 separate motions. I was just pointing out that the addendum is also a resale deed if we wanted to go to it
I
after
see.
item 16.
I see,
See
okay.
the addendum on.
She laid them here.
Oh, I see. You guys go.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have
So
a
we need
special meeting
action
the
on item
19th
15.
At the community center, if you can make it, I'd sure like your input.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
6:30 PM, thank you.
So we have a motion.
We do not.
Make the motion. We have a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The addendum.
Mm-mm.
Do we wanna
Item
go-
16.
I'm sorry? Oh, item 16, I'm sorry. Item 16, consideration possible action on approving treasurer's transcript proceedings in county for resale deed for the following Thomas G. Smith, Oliver's edition, $200.
I'll move with 3.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Addendum?
Yeah, on to the addendum, which is the same type of items. The addenda number 1, consideration possible action on approving treasurer's transcript of proceedings in county resale deed for the following Betty Sorrells Custom. And there's 2 pieces there, one for $200, one for $100.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Go back to 17.
All right, so we got the addendum, so we're on to number 17, consideration possible action on acknowledging receipt of notice of tort claim from Pamela Bowling and forwarding to Echo County Claims.
I'll make the motion to receive it and send it on. It's mine.
A second.
I see it. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All
I have none
right.
for 18 and
18, nothing on 18, nothing on 19.
So we are to the consent agenda.
On to the consent agenda. House 1 action.
Do we wanna, what about Glenn? Is he,
Do we want to go to that before we do the consent of it?
he left the room, so let's just bust through this.
Yeah.
Huh?
She's still
P-H-A-I-L-L.
AIL.
Two L's?
MAC, I think it's one.
One L.
I think it's one L.
Is it MAC?
MC.
Just MC.
Yeah, I think it's M-C-P-H-A-I-L.
Alright. Okay.
Thank you guys.
Have a good.
I used to walk by the store every day when I go get my mail.
Is she a business owner out there, Mark?
Yeah, they own Fell's Lawnmower.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever need a ZTR, that's a good spot to go.
I mean,
She's also an RN at the Oklahoma Heart Hospital, is what it says on the application.
Great place to work.
hey Eric, that's a great picture Mark's got of you. You want me to put it on the internet with you in a fire suit?
I didn't know if it wanted.
I never see you in a fire suit.
I was yesterday.
Is the house totaled?
Now they'll have to get it.
What caused it?
Bad wiring.
Really? Are we getting kicked out?
Wagner don't run off.
See.
Okay, I'm sorry, I had to step out as well. So,
All right, so let's go back to
Wanna do this
line
first?
7.
or is there citizens to be heard? Do you want to catch that if anyone's here for
Citizens
that?
to be heard. Yeah, let's catch that real quick. So, any citizens desiring to be heard? There ain't none. Moving on to comments.
Hurry, Aaron.
Do we want to do the comments?
Probably I
Item
would do that.
23.
Well,
While we got the camera rolling. Off to item number 23, comments, announcements, questions by the Board of County Commissioners.
As long as everyone knows about our special meetings coming up.
Special meetings coming up. And I've had to change my date because there's a very important fire chiefs meeting on that Monday. So not wanting to do it in the Thanksgiving week because everybody will be doing their thing.
What day is your meeting?
I'm waiting to see if you guys would be able to participate in COIL on December 1st, which is the Tuesday, 6:30.
Also, Mike, if you want to put in your paper, we're also going to hold a special meeting for the Logan County Public Works Trust on the 17th at 6:45 or immediately following the Board of County Commissioners meeting.
I'll
Special
post
meeting.
that today.
Yes.
Special meeting.
Yeah.
So just
That'll be at
everybody
the
knows.
Stewart Road Baptist Church.
So if I may,
Yes,
just
ma'am.
to clarify the 3 special meetings, one will be held, the first one will be November the 17th at the Seward Road Baptist Church located in District 1 for the County Commissioners to discuss EMS. Immediately following that will be a Public Works to discuss hospital situations. The second special meeting will be November the 19th in Crescent at the Community Center for discussion of EMS. And then December the 1st at the Coil School.
Second.
I'm-
Coil School.
Is it? No.
COIL.
Is it the first?
First, yeah,
I thought
that
I
Tuesday.
remembered that. That's my first.
Tuesday, the December the 1st.
Tuesday,
at-
December the 1st at the Coil School cafeteria at 6:30 p.m.
Okay. December 1.
for discussion of of EMS.
Okay,
Anything else?
we'll put it in concrete.
Back to item 7.
All right.
We're going to have to ask everyone to step out for an executive session, please. You're welcome to come back in when they return.
I'll make the motion we go into executive session.
Second motion.
Don't want to read it, what it is?
I'll have good.
Thank you, Mike.
Do I?
Thank
Do you want to read it or no?
Yeah, read it.
Mike?
Just so it's on the camera.
Item 7, executive session, district attorney request by Lynn Hickerson, pursuant to Title 25-307B4 for purpose of confidential communications between the Board of Commissioners and its attorney concerning possible official action regarding a pending claim and potential lawsuit, to wit, Southwest Business Products, disclosure of the details of which its attorney advises would seriously impair the ability of the board to proceed in the public interest.